Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Shah Classes and Evershine Coaching Center. I am Shah sir here. My dear students, today I am going to discuss the very important topic for all the board exams. The topic is some applications in order to solve word problems related to day-to-day life. So here I am going to give you the logic and also the pattern how you are supposed to solve the problems. Okay, if any word problem comes which is related to day-to-day life, and how we have to convert those word problems into equations. Okay, maybe that is the time factor, a speed factor, age factor, okay, anything, let it be anything. And this video we are going to make especially for class 10 students of Karnataka SSLC State Board, CBSE Board and even the ICSE Board students. So this is very important for your academic board exam. Let's begin. First topic, we are going to discuss the problems which is related to age problems. Before we could enter into that, I just want you have to remember one important note. What is that is some steps you need to follow before you solve any word problems. Is this clear? That is step number 1. First you have to read the question carefully. Once you have to read the complete question. Now after reading the problem, try to identify the unknown term. Try to identify the unknown quantities. Try to identify the unknown quantities, and the unknown quantities call them as x and y. Okay, the first unknown quantity is x, second unknown quantity is y. And next step is identify the variables. After that you need to identify the variables which we are going to determine, and then formulate the equation. Formulate the equation in terms of variables and then solve the equation. Now by seeing these steps, I hope most of you can get some doubt. So what exactly this point means, right? Don't worry, I am going to give you the solution for this doubt. So first let me see the first factor. Here the first factor is nothing but the age problems. Okay, the problems which is related to age based. Okay, see here, age problems. In age problems, what you have to do, remember this carefully. Whenever you have got a problem which is related to your day-to-day life, which is regarding the age based, so first what you should do is very simple, to find the ages of two persons. Okay, अगर से आपके क्वेश्चन में ये दिया गया है कि आपको दो पर्सन्स का एज को फाइंड आउट करना है. ओके, इफ यू वांट टू फाइंड द एज ऑफ टू पर्सन्स, फर्स्ट व्हाट यू शुड डू, टेक द प्रेजेंट एज ऑफ one person, take the present age of one person as x and another person age as y. Is this clear? This is very important. First what you should do, you should assume the present age of the first person is x and the second person is y. Now then we have two cases here. One is before and second is after. They will give you two specific conditions. आपको दो specific conditions दिया जाएगा जिसमें before रहेगा और after रहेगा. This you have to remember. Okay, so first what they do here, they give like this. Let me assume a years ago. Whenever the term is ago, it means before. If they say after some years, let me say b years. We don't know how many years, so let me assume here as b years. But in your question they will give you after 5 years, after 6 years, like that. That you have to take it as b. But here we are assuming a and b as the ages. Okay, so a years ago and after b years. So a years ago, what we have to do, very simple. We have two persons, right? First person and then is second person. Now what will be the age of first person? Let me take a years ago. It will be x minus a years. What you should do? You have to take it as x minus a years. Okay, the first person age was x minus a years. Second person age was y minus a years. You have to do minus a with x and y. If it is after, then we should take it as x plus b years. Okay, so what is the age of the first person after some b years? It is x plus b. What about second person? It is y plus b years. So this is the very important case you have to remember. If they give you age problems, you have to assume the present age of the first person is x and second person is y. A years ago, first person age is x minus a years, second person age is y minus a years. And after b years, the first person age is x plus b years and second person age is y plus b years. And then what you should do? You have to formulate the equation. You have to make the equation by using this condition and then solve them. And then solve them by using your appropriate method. So this is the way, this is the procedure what you have to use while you are solving the age problems. Next, we are going to come to solve the problems based on, let me give you the title, it will be easy for you to remember. Problems based on numbers and digits. Problem based on numbers and digits, right? Yes. Observe here. Very simple. My dear students, still if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Shah Sir Classes, kindly do subscribe it and click the bell icon and select all so that you can find the instant updates and notifications. Still if you have not liked this video, do not forget to click the like button also. Let's continue. If questions are based on numbers and digits, so what you have to do? How you have to assume the digits or numbers? Very simple. First what you should do, let me assume, okay, let the digit in units place, let the digit in units place be x, and then tens place be y. Okay, we are assuming units place. Let me take this system. We have two digits, this is units and this is tens. We are assuming units place as x and tens place digit is y. Then what happens? The two digit number, therefore the two digit number is given by, as you can see, in tens place we have y, so we write as 10y plus x. Okay, 1 into x, that is x. So this is your first case. When you assume in the units place x and tens place y, so what will be the two digit number we will get? The two digit number which is obtained is 10y plus x. Now on interchanging, they will give you this case. Okay, in this type of problems they will give you this word. Remember this. On interchanging means we are changing the positions. Once if we change the position, what happens to these digits? Okay, जब इसके positions को आप change करेंगे तो आपको digits में क्या किस प्रकार आपको difference दिखेगा. Observe you. On interchanging the positions, when you interchange the positions of the digits, on interchanging the position of the digits, the digit in units place, will become y, and in tens place it becomes x. Similarly, as I have shown you here, this is my units and this is my tens. Y will comes to this side and x will comes to this side. So it becomes, so what will be the two digit number? Therefore, the two digit number is given by, when you interchange the digits, it becomes 10x plus y. It becomes 10x plus y. I just want you have to copy down these steps and do remember these steps. Okay, and finally what you should do? you have to formulate the equation. By using these cases, you have to formulate the equation and then solve them. And then we are supposed to solve these equations. So this is the way, this is the procedure you have to follow while you solve the problems based on numbers and digits. Okay. Yes. Now observe here. Now if we get a question based on, if problems which is based on fractions, problem based on fractions, how you are supposed to solve this? Very simple. In case if you get a question based on fractions, how you have to solve? Very simple. First you have to assume like this, let the numerator be x and denominator be y. Then what happens to the fraction? Very simple. Then the fraction becomes x by y. Okay. Whenever you get a problem based on fractions, you have to assume numerator as x and denominator as y. Then the fraction will become x by y. Then same procedure you have to follow. Formulate this as linear equations. Formulate this as linear equations on the basis of condition, whatever the condition they have given. Okay. On the basis of conditions, and solve for x and y. And solve for x and y. So this is a procedure you have to use while you solve the problem based on fractions. Okay. And after that, if we get a question based on problems based on, let me say, problems based on distance, problem based on distance, speed and time, how you should solve? Distance and time. So how you should solve these problems? If you get a problem based on distance, speed and time, how you should solve? Very simple. Observe here. We know that speed formula is what? What is the formula to find the speed? That is distance upon time. Correct? No? Distance upon time. So this is the formula which we use to find the speed. We already know this. So this is the basics which we have already studied in physics. Okay. So if you want to calculate the speed, then what is the formula? Distance traveled by time taken. In case if they ask you to find the distance, what will you do? If you want to find the distance, what we should do? So let the distance be as it is. This time we have to cross multiply. So it becomes speed into time. So this is the formula which we have to use to solve the problem based on distance. In case if they ask you to find the time, so time comes this side and speed will come to the denominator, right? So it's nothing but it becomes distance upon time. Sorry, distance upon speed. So these are the formulas which we use to find the speed, distance and time. Now very important and very interesting, and I hope many students have doubt on this case. Okay, as I have seen, many students usually they get confused while they solve this type of problem. What is that? Let me see. Observe here. What is that means? Very simple. When we solve the problems related to problems related to speed of boat going downstream and upstream. When you solve the problems related to speed of boat going downstream and upstream, how we should solve? Very simple. Observe here. We are assuming let the speed of the boat in still water, be x किलोमीटर पर आवर. आपको अज्यूम करना है कितना स्पीड है स्टिल वाटर में बोट का, x किलोमीटर पर आवर. सिमिलरली स्पीड ऑफ स्ट्रीम be y kilometer per hour. Okay, the speed of boat in still water is x kilometer per hour. Speed of the stream will be y kilometer per hour. Then, very interesting, speed of boat downstream. Speed of boat in downstream will be x plus y kilometer per hour. Then speed of boat in upstream will becomes x minus y kilometer per hour. So this is what the cases you have to use. This is the conditions you have to use whenever they ask you downstream or upstream. If they ask you only downstream, use the case x plus y kilometer per hour. If they ask you speed of boat in the upstream, then you can use x minus y kilometer per hour. So this is the cases you have to use, or these are the conditions you need to use while you solve the problems based on the speed of the boat downstream and upstream. I hope you all have understood these cases, right? Good. Next, see children, in this one video I am giving you all the types of day-to-day life activities based problems. Okay. Next topic is problems based on, now we are going to solve problems based on commercial mathematics. Problems based on commercial mathematics. How to solve the problem based on commercial mathematics? Suppose here if they ask you based on fare system, okay, based on fare system, observe here. Here we have different cases. Now here we are solving the first case, that is, let me take the fare of one full ticket. The fare of one full ticket may be taken as rupees X. Okay. If they ask you one full ticket, you have to take it as rupees X. And reservation charges, you will be getting this type of problems also. Okay. And reservation charges as rupees Y. What is the full ticket, one full ticket price? Charges, that is X. And what about the reservation charges? Reservation charges are nothing but these are the extra charges which we need to pay. So we are assuming that as Y. Then, so that, now what happens? One full fare, how much you have to pay total? That is, you have to pay one full ticket price, along with that reservation charges. You have to pay this both together. That is called as one full fare. If you have to pay one half fare, then you have to give, okay, so one full ticket, in place of that you have to give x by 2 rupees. Okay, one half fare is nothing but x by 2 rupees plus reservation charges you have to pay completely, fully you have to pay. Okay, only the charges are reduced. You can see one full ticket, let it be 100 rupees. Then what about the one half fare? It will be 100 by 2. It will become 50 rupees. Along with that, you have to pay the reservation charge. Understood? So this is the case you have to use. Then you can formulate the equations, and after formulating the equations, you can try to solve x and y values. Okay, so this is the first case. And second is, if the problem based on profit and loss. Problem based on profit and loss. How we have to take? Very simple. So first we have to assume, let the cost price of first article, as rupees X, and second article as rupees Y. Okay, that's it. You have to use first article cost price as X and second article cost price as Y. They will give you the rest of the conditions. Use this X and Y case and you can easily solve the profit and loss cases. If the problem based on simple interest, how to solve? Very simple. As you can see, you have to take amount invested as rupees X, at some rate of interest, This is your first case. Okay, and second, and rupees Y for some other rate of interest. Are you getting my point? So here you have two rate of interest. Amount invested, you have to take it as, you have to consider that as rupees X for some rate of interest and rupees Y for some other rate of interest, and you can easily solve the problem based on simple interest. Okay, so simple interest is nothing but principal into time into rate of interest by 100, PTR by 100. This is the case you have to use to solve the problem based on simple interest. Anyhow, while we solve the problems, I will let you know how you can use these formulas, okay, and you can frame the equations. Okay, no problem. But here I am just showing you all the procedure, the beginning procedure, the first step, how you have to assume the cases, convert them into equation form. And next case is, as you can see, based upon work, that is time taken to complete a work is equals to total work to be done upon part of the work in one day. So this is the formula you have to use. Okay, so time taken to complete a work. How you can calculate how much time will take to complete the work? It depends upon total work to be done upon part of the work in one day. Okay, next, if A can finish a piece of work, in, let me consider as X days, okay, then work done by A in one day is 1 upon X part of the total work. Remember this. If A can finish a piece of work in X days, then how much work done? Then work done by A is in one day is 1 upon X part of the total work. So this is the case you have to use to solve the problem based on work and time. Any doubts? Good. Next we are going to solve the problems based upon geometry. The problem based on geometry and mensuration. How you are supposed to solve the problems based upon this? Very simple. Observe here. So simple. Use some property of triangle. Use some property. We are using the sum property. What is that sum property? So here they may ask you two cases. Either they can ask you triangle or quadrilateral. Okay. If they ask you triangle, then you can use the property. We know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. The sum of the three interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So this we have to use in case of a triangle. Is this clear? So this is the logic you have to use. Similarly, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equals to 360 degree. This you have to use in case of a quadrilateral. Okay, so these are the two cases you have to use. Now one important note, you should know this. In case of parallelogram, in place of parallelogram, you have to take this condition, that is opposite angles are equal. You have to use this condition and you have to solve the problem. Okay, my dear students, are you understanding? And one more important thing, I like to tell you that after watching this complete video, do not forget to share this video with your other friends. Let they also utilize the opportunity to learn with Shah sir. Okay, next topic is cyclic quadrilateral. In this case, you have to use the condition, that is opposite angles are supplementary. I hope you all have understood these cases, right? So these are the different cases which we'll be using while we solve the word problem based on day-to-day life. I hope the class is interesting and the topics what I have given are the conditions what I have specified here. It is very interesting and it was benefited to you all. Wish you all the best of luck. If you have any doubts, comment below in the given description, and also comment how was this class and what video you want to make me next. Keep watching. Take care. Wish you all the best of luck once again for your upcoming board exam.